turn around, look at the number of people who have come for this event. Just have a look at it. So, literally full house. We are actually bringing some additional chairs so that we want to accommodate you all. We also have some of them who are performances are done at the eatery points. So, yeah. Having said that, so firstly, a warm welcome to each one of you. All the parents, I welcome you all very warmly to this annual Fest of Fly, Tarang. I know you have many things to do, but you have chosen to be here today. We also want to acknowledge several people, right from our teachers, helpers, staff, everybody who has been making this happen for us. Last but not the least, most importantly, I want to acknowledge the presence of Santosh Kumar sir. Santosh sir, thank you so much. He's an international ventriloquist. You'll hear a lot about him, and also a small funny thing that he will share with us. We also want to extend my thanks to Dr. Sunita Krishnan ma'am. She is a Padma Shri awardee and an extremely passionate social activist. Unfortunately, she is not able to join here today, but I strongly recommend each one of you should read her story. It actually, goosebumps moments are guaranteed if you actually read through her story and the way she is contributing. We hope to have her very soon in some of our Fly events.
So maybe you can repeat her name once then.
Yeah, her name is Dr. Sunita Krishnan. So you'll have in the posters of Fly somewhere there also you'll find her. She is held up with something urgently and she is not able to join us today. Name is Dr. Sunita Krishnan from Prajwala Foundation. Right. So, yeah, when I look at Fly, right, so it's been 7 years of our journey, 360 students. Right now, we are in 3 campuses. We have about 90 full-time people with our team right now and expanding. And as we are talking, today morning also, I have a request to start a Fly school somewhere in Bhadrachalam. We have 5 such requests from various parts of our state to actually want us to contribute. So for one of the schools in Tandur, we are right now contributing more in terms of intellectual support to them in a school called Vijay Vidyalaya High School in Tandur. That's where my dad actually served for about 30 years and now he's retired there as a headmaster. So Fly is actually on a, on an upward journey right now, and this would not be possible without support of each one of you here. From the bottom of our hearts, entire Fly team, thank all the parents for showing your enormous trust. Thank you so much. So next, what do we do next, right? If we are all in this era of technological advancement, all of you remember your first phone call, standing in a queue in STD booths and all that stuff. How many of you remember? And right now we are communicating right, left, center, where including whatever I'm talking now can be telecasted across the globe. So how do we actually make citizens for next 15 years of time? Right now the young children, the child who told Arunya, who was telling, do you like Tepla or Dokla, whatever? For her, it takes another 15 years either to come into the entrepreneurial journey or employment journey. How do we prepare people?
Sorry to interrupt you. We need a person to remove the car, move his car over there.
Yeah, please share.
TS22C6300. TS22C6300. It's a Baleno.
Okay, we keep getting small hurdles like this, but Fly's journey doesn't stop. Vishnupriya ma'am. Okay. So we will continue our, so on a lighter note. So that's what we have been creating. How do we actually develop somebody 15 years from now, right? And this kind of a growth that we are right now seeing, no time ever in the history of humanity has happened this. So our approach of Fly is going to be on a few direction where if you look at our entire work is on what does a human being have, and what does the world need? So we want to constantly keep nurturing our capacities on physical self, mental self, and emotional self. Parallelly, we would also work on building competencies which are actually needed for the world. So this, in line with this, we are going to take several new initiatives from Fly. As you have been seeing, there are numerous activities which are happening in-house in all the Fly holistic schools. Next year, our conscious focus will be on making our children participate in external events, external competitions, competing with people across various places. That is one of the important directions that Fly is going to take. See, if you all like it, you can clap louder also. It is not for the person, it is about the work that our Fly team is going to actually create and do going forward. Right. So this is one direction. And second, when fundamentally we think about Fly, we want to alter this thing of learning is a joyful process. Working is wonderful. We want to alter this. Learning is not a burden. Learning is a fantastic process. You know, we want to nurture this thought process. And right now, I'm actually getting a even more confidence that there is some research which says if certain percentage of people align to that, right? If you look at Ola Auto, Uber, all this. For first 3 to 4% of people, we have to push, you know, we are doing this, we are doing this. After that, people itself will start spreading it. So the first 3 to 4%, they have given several offers, you know, they were doing this, free gifts for people to enroll into all of that stuff. But after that, it has actually caught up. So that kind of a defining thing we want to do in education. Predominantly redefining learning. Learning, we want to make it a joyful process. People should be excited to come to school because that they are learning something new, right? And second, we also want to make sure that when you work, we go with a sense of, you know, work is a wonderful thing to do, not waiting for Friday evenings and crying on Monday mornings. Want to alter that into a lot more joyful experience for everybody. Sai, one slide before itself. Yeah, so some of the things in that direction, you know, fundamentally learning, how do we want to, you know, alter futuristic approach. We, as I told about our vision that we are doing, and a few concrete things that we are going to start. There are 4 things that we are going to start as we talk. One of them which has been happening. So we want to make Fly schools not just as schools, but as research centers as well. Research centers. So can you imagine a grade 1 child, grade 2 children are actually choosing the body which they will be having for a year's time. They are coming, giving presentations, talking to peers, telling them to, hey, can you vote me? You know, all that stuff. There are a few people who are having siblings. The sibling is going and promoting in his, you know, in his friends. There are a few people who have 2 people as friends, but they have to choose only one. Right? How do they choose? Right? We are consciously making children to start taking their own decisions. Fly Student Council is one such fantastic hit. They are literally calling me, giving me letters that we want this, we want that kind of a thing. Once we have fulfilled their list, I got a thank you letter also, and they have pasted somewhere in one of their dashboards that they are having. So yeah, we are going to continue a lot of such stuff. So our research center will be strengthening in 4 directions. One is, you know, I'm grateful to my alma mater, BITS Pilani, where several of us are working in very, you know, whatever we want to do in life, we are continuing to do. There are several such people. We want to engage such people. Some of them are school founders. Some of them are non-profit founders. Some of them are, you know, Swiggy is one of the, Mr. Sriharsha is one of our Bitsians of my batch. Several such entrepreneurs, people getting into different fields. One of my friend Pratibha is into music related aspects. So we want to create one kind of a network which will help us. What does it take for us to children grow even more holistically? Right? That is one segment that we want to go on. Second, we are also part of it. Geeta ma'am and myself are introduction leaders at one of the organizations called Landmark. It's a global organization where it's there over 100 plus countries contributing on self-discovery through Socraterial method. So we are looking at how do we keep discovering ourselves more and more and have this full-fledged human being, right? So we are part of that. That is one more area. And, you know, thirdly, we have our early childhood educators. We are grateful to Saida Kausar ma'am and a few other leaders from Early Childhood Association. And we are also grateful to have some doctors. We are going to have Dr. Alok Agarwal, who is a senior nephrologist who stays in US primarily. He is on the board of Fly Holistic Schools now. And we have Dr. Geeta Chella ma'am, who is a senior psychologist across Telangana. She is part of our team, and several such people. That is one more vertical of research we are going to have. Last but not the least, and the most important, I feel, elements, something from Isha Yoga, right? My direction, Geeta ma'am's direction, our direction has changed after we are part of it, and school is our offering, is my offering to my Guru. So with that sense of gratitude and approach to our Guru, we would look at, what elements of the yoga related things can be brought into this educational curriculum. These are some of the things that we are going to create in future. I also want to tell all the parents that this year, till last year, we have been having a bit of challenge in getting admissions. Not that we have a challenge, we are having some vacant seats. Next year, we are actually once again not coming from any area, but with a sense of responsibility that we are going to have very limited seats in both the campuses. In all three campuses, the magic figure is 543. 543 is the maximum people that we can actually take in our schools, and we don't want to add even a single child more. If you want to block your seat for your child, we request you by tomorrow evening 5 o'clock, please ensure you are filling that form. In several of these schools, in several of the sections, it's already full. We request you to kindly keep that in mind and fill it. After that, we will open for external people also to apply for it. Am I clear, everybody, on this? Later on, we don't want to be in a situation where we are uncomfortable and you are uncomfortable, that we will not be in a position to give any seat for a child. So we sincerely request you to kindly do that. And last but not the least, we want all the parents to live your life the way you want your children to live. Let's actually make our lives a lot more wonderful, fantastic, a lot more joyful, and that is what will carry on to your people. Attapur mein we have about 1,000 people. We have about 1,000 people who have come today. If these 1,000 people align as one common collective force, no junk, limited digital exposure, several such things, if we keep on starting, we can actually move entire Attapur, slowly larger region, slowly even bigger region, slowly we can actually build models which can contribute to the entire world. This is the vision that we want to work with, and we request everybody's support. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.